Oh, here we are again for an Age of Mythology 1v1. Starting off with blue, we have Pain on the south side of the map. Starting off as Zeus, building for 2 on granary, 2 on wood. That's an interesting way to start. Usually you start on some gold, but we'll see what he wants to do with those villagers later. On the other side, red is playing as Odin, and we'll probably see a great hunt here soon. Or he forgot to do it. One or the other. So we've got two dead elk over here, but he's gathering his cows already? The cows have barely any food. What's the point of that? So he's got 3 on wood already. Interesting. Not how I would start the game, but then again, I don't play a lot of Norse. I would probably go on food before wood, but maybe you know something I don't. Oh, of course, it's a fish booming map. That's what it is. What was I thinking? And yeah, Blue's doing it too. Blue wants to dock, yep, and he's already got his fishing boats up. What was I thinking? Of course they want to get wood. This is a fish boom map. I actually kind of like this map. I'm going to show you what it looks like. There's been a few games here that I just really enjoyed because of the like the different alley. Like you start off in the middle, right? And so this allows for some aggression. So you could take some of these paths. Like a lot of people will wall off in the middle. Some people will realize that and come around on the sides. You can expand to fish booming. And then on the outer ring, there's all the more resources, all the town centers and resources that you can collect. It allows for a lot of early game potential while still having late game a possibility. I've seen people take entire control of the center, completely lose their town center in the center of the map, and then still come back because they had outside town centers and were able to make a comeback. This is a great map. Good job on the does for this one. Let's start looking at the relics. Myth units are more resistant to pierce damage. 15% is pretty good. Pretty good on your myth units from arrow fire. Buildings are constructed faster. Build time minus 10%. That's not bad. You know, it's you don't lose anything from getting it, so it's pretty good. A group of monkeys will periodically appear at your temple and respond if killed. I don't really like those relics, to be honest. Increase the crush damage of close range siege weapons and myth units. Plus 20%. That's a lot. That's a pretty good relic. Let's see if any players ends up taking any of them. Right now they're just booming like normal. Blue's going a little bit faster than red. They're pretty close though. It looks like 6 to 9 boats. The temple's starting to go up for red. Let's see, he has 13 on food now. Never really used his great hunt ability. I think that was a mistake. He should have increased this elk population. What's he saving it for? You know, you still use it. You still want to use it on these 4. But whatever. I'm not an Odin player. Maybe he's knows something I don't. Just like the wood earlier. A lot of players don't know this, but just like the cows did, you can just walk across this right here. Blue has one bridge and red has another bridge. All right, some heroes coming out. Maybe we'll see some relic grabs. Blue hiding his Heracles inside of the tree line. Blue finding more cows. Red has deployed his ravens in strategic positions. One watching this town center, and another watching this hunt. It's interesting positioning. No, I was gonna say maybe you could put a raven in the front to watch to see if when the enemy's coming up, but raven will just die to the Heracles. Heracles gets to shoot it once and it dies. Brutal. Blue almost running out of food on his elk and starts expanding his production. We have three military academies and an archery range coming out. Blue's already built a wall to block the left side. He's building multiple walls. Red already moving in though. This is the typical Norse H2 classical age aggression. He comes in with some raiding cavalry and some Hersers and some throwing axemen, a perfect combination, forcing Blue to retreat back to his town center. And he starts taking out the watchtower. I don't know if that's a very good target this early on. Right now, with this low number of units, you can't... Yeah, you just have to take, like, outside edges. You can't really go under the TC fire. It'd be too many losses. You know, you lose one dude and you have 100 units, it doesn't matter. But you lose one dude and you have like 15, and that one dude really matters. It becomes 7% of your damage. You know, all things considered being equal. But Red starts playing defensively, puts up a wall to prevent Blue from coming in. But Blue sees this coming and tries to prevent it. Red's units kind of just spread around, not really attacking anything. Red did not think that he could win that fight, so he backed out. Blue's just watching, seeing when an opportunity to strike. Blue has upgraded his towers to watch towers. That's a good upgrade. Blue starts making his way into up against Red's wall. Hoplite could definitely take on the cavalry. I think he was in a good position there. Oh, just like these raiding cavalry. Red accidentally must have sent these by accident. There it goes. The wall comes up. Now Blue's just trying to prevent raiding from the left. But what happens if Red came in from the right? He's not worried about it. Ooh, Red almost trying to sneak in some damage. What is Blue doing? Why is he sending his units this way? Like, the only time you need to flank is if you have cavalry. If he had like some Hippiases, but he's not H3 yet, so he can't make Hippias. That's the only reason you would want to come in around from the flank. Otherwise, you're just splitting your forces. This is really bad. The throwing axemen are just melting the Hoplite. He's got some Hypaspis mix in there though. Ready to do some infantry damage. I don't think they'll help much. The raiding cavalry is the front line, right? So that's what you need to bring down first. The Hoplites are that's gonna be their job. Next, you have the Hersers to worry about. You could skip them and try to attack the back line. Do you have he has archers right now? He's gonna have no. Yeah, he's got Toxotes. He's gonna have to focus down the infantrymen with Toxotes. The axemen. Timpuin. Yow. 6 times 3 is 18. Oxidays are just not as good as throwing X-Men. So we got the horsepower. What is this one called? Frost. Freezing everything around the town center for a little bit. Allowing red to just walk in and destroy their target. Not looking good for blue. That's a long frost too. That's not... I just figured he had a game-ending army already and just walked on in. He doesn't mind the TC fire and the watchtower fire as long as he brings down this town center. There it goes. Now, was it worth it? Blue... His army's going to come back. Will it finish off Red's army? Who knows, but Red is still funneling in units, so this is going to be a long fight. Red may be looking to retreat now, it looks like. He lost a lot of units on the retreat, so maybe it wasn't the best idea. But now his army is smaller than Blue's, so he's got to worry about Blue suddenly deciding to attack. But Blue isn't building an economy anymore, so... If we look at Blue, he doesn't have any gold right now. And he's pretty much run out. This is it. Blue's going to try to take out this army and see if he can do any sort of damage to Red. That's what I would do in this situation. I mean, it's not that bad when you have... I mean, he's got out of gold, so that's a big problem. But he's got a lot of fishing economy going on. Red bringing in a Kraken while Blue's Scylla comes out. Blue inside of Red's base, destroying his production. Blue not really watching his army. Did he build a market? Yeah, he built a market, I think, to get enough resources to build his TC. He's floating a lot of food. He could sell like 2,000 of that and make a tidy profit. Red building a hill fort on Blue's side of the map. Neither player taking a second TC yet, but there's been a lot of action, so I don't blame them. Red's got a massive dwarf economy. Let's see, he hasn't boomed as hard as Blue on fish. It's got some idle dwarves. Valkyrie healing. Timpoin, huh? This has got to be annoying. Does he have these guys in here? Why are they garrisoned? Red coming in. I don't think it's a game-ending army, Red. He's being forced to back out. He's got some Jarls, but the problem is they just died a Hoplite, so it's not a good idea. You need your cavalry flanking while your Hursars and range units take care of the Hoplite. The cavalry can flank and attack the Toxite. Blue with enough army to try to hold red out back. Don't lose your Valkyrie, red. Oh no. No, don't send another one in. Blue able to recover from his setback earlier. All thanks to the fish boom. I think it really mitigated a lot of the damage. This is unfortunate. Red could not hold off blue, so this game continues. Kraken almost down. See if you have... Oh, he doesn't. Where did the silo come from? I thought that was a Dionysus thing. Anyways, both players in age 3. Gold being the hardest resource to gather at the moment. Both of them expanding onto the outside of the maps for it. Red knows about blue. Blue looking around with his army. Blue putting the portal on the enemy side of the map is a great idea. Have an easy way to the back of their base, right next to their TC, their natural TC expansion. It's hard to find. It's a great strategy. I like it. Good use of the underworld passage. Red just building up his forces. After his losses, he's only got 11 on food right now, so he's not going to be building a lot of men. Manticore pulling the dwarves off of gold. This is unfortunate. He does not want to lose his dwarf economy. Alright, we got a... I mean, the Jarls are heroes, right? No, I don't think they're considered heroes. He could have killed this dwarf, but he over microed. Just a few Hoplites coming in and doing some good raiding. Effective raiding by blue. He's attacking multiple locations at the same time with raids. Very strong. Blue's starting to go for red's dock now. Players never really grabbed any relics. Blue's taking out one of red's docks. Red coming in with a raid on this gold that he saw earlier. Looks like it's gonna be pretty effective. These villagers have nowhere to go. They're running away from the fortress, which is probably the closest protection. And they're all gonna go down. More raiding. Red coming in to Blue's base, seeing if he can find anything. A couple villagers over here that he could take out. They hide in the TC. You could take out these fishing boats. Not a bad idea. It's basically a villager. Oh, red coming in from the front too. With the myth unit that just died in one hit. Not a good use of your units. The raiders. Not a great use of your units there either. Red, unfortunately, does not know how to control his army as well as Blue does. Oh, that was a Ragnarok ability? Odin gave up. Odin gave up to Blue, huh? Was the rating just too much? I think he lost his dwarves. I don't see them anywhere else. Here's a Ragnarok. Okay, so he used Ragnarok. Why didn't he? Why didn't he try it? He used Ragnarok, and what that does is it turns all of your villagers and dwarves into heroes of Ragnarok, which are just really strong hersers. So he could have used that to push into Blue's base. I don't know. He saw Blue was already expanding too much. Weird way, weird way to give up right after using Ragnarok too. Damn. Yeah, Blue was just booming more. They were pretty even at the start. It could have gone any way. They were both losing their armies, trading armies back and forth, trading some structures. But once Red lost everything, he realized he was no match for Blue. But look at this. Look at how his Ragnarok shot him up to the top of the army value. Meaning that he could have taken Blue. He could have maybe taken Blue's army out and then focused on the bases. Just as a last ditch effort, you know? He already hit age 4 and hit Ragnarok. Why not give it a shot? I mean, when you put resources into aging up instead of your military, you got to try to find some value. And it seemed like he was playing for the late game, and then once he hit Ragnarok, he just decided it was game over. He couldn't take on Blue anymore. But yeah, it was pretty close. That was a good game. It could have gone either way in multiple moments. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you want, and have a great day.